Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. You're tuned in to PTV World. Eid Mubarak to all our viewers. I'm your host RIDA Shah.
And I'm Ahmed Nawaz. Eid Mubarak to all of you, especially Rida, to you as well, because I know that it's been a very blessed month of Ramadan and the hard work that has been put in by everyone is fantastic. I think kudos to everybody who observed this holy month because a lot of blessings. Of course, this time Eid is a bit different and we need more responsibility, don't we?
Exactly, and these were the instructions by our government to observe all the SOPs in terms of celebrating Eid. We should celebrate it, but keeping it a little low, you know, keeping the gatherings low, wearing a mask, sanitizing your hands, washing your hands, and all of these things should be incorporated in our daily lives while observing Eid and celebrating Eid as well.
And of course, try to limit your gatherings. That's very important, you know. So say Eid Mubarak to your loved ones, but try not to overcrowd those gatherings. I understand.
And use technology as much as you can.
Yes, we're very clingy when it comes to Eid. We know that already. But speaking of Eid and all the celebrations, PTV World's family is absolutely fantastic because we've got one family at home and then it's our work family. And of course, it's equal when it comes to the love that all of us share. And for that very reason, I think, Rida, we've got some fantastic guests tonight.
Exactly. Let's start with the ladies first.
Absolutely, yes.
On our right-hand side is Dr. Tahira Shahid, who is a dermatologist by profession and also hosts a health show on Suno FM. And she hosted a very special show on Ramadan as well called Healthwise. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Sahiba. How are you?
Good, thank you. Walaikum salam and Eid Mubarak.
And then we have Miss SHARMEEN Ali, the very beautiful, the very gorgeous, who's a senior anchor and also hosts Sky's the Limit. Assalamu alaikum, how are you? Eid Mubarak.
Salam. Thank you so much, Rida and Ahmed, for having me and inviting me today. So
we're very dazzling indeed tonight, aren't we?
Yeah.
Don't miss the diamonds.
Don't miss the diamonds, right?
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Oh yeah, that too.
Take notes.
And you know, speaking of the power intros that Rida has just made, I think we had to balance the equation out. Time now to introduce the other boys and the boys who are here, the cool boys, they aren't they? So they're in studios as well. We're going to be talking to them, wishing all of them Eid Mubarak as well, and just, you know, knowing outside work how they're celebrating Eid, because obviously they've been with us for the whole month. On my left-hand side, first of all, I've got to introduce somebody who has really put in a lot of effort when it comes to PTV, because I think his experience, his knowledge just gives us a lot to learn about as well. He's none other than Mr. FAISAL REHMAN. Assalamu alaikum. Eid Mubarak.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for inviting me. Eid
Thank
Mubarak.
you so much. You're always fun on each shows, aren't you?
And the thing is, it's good that he's a guest for a change. Because you're the one always interviewing. So we'll be interviewing you.
I host the show for some reason, you know. But I think you guys are doing a wonderful job for that matter.
Yeah. And we also have the honor, I must say, of being joined by somebody who has really, I think, excelled in whatever he's been doing. He probably occupies the most workload in PTV and he's everywhere, isn't he? But really, he's really committed to the job. If you talk about professionalism, I think this is one guy who has really displayed it throughout PTV for all of us to learn from him as well. He's none other than Mr. KHALID Bhatt. Assalamu alaikum, Bhatt Saab. Eid Mubarak.
Wa alaikum assalam, Ahmed Nawaz. Khair Mubarak. And I love the enthusiasm. I think Ramadan is over and you get to eat and drink, and that's why you have all that enthusiasm and that energy in you. You know?
Boy, tell me about it. Look at just the colors we have in front of us. You know, sandwiches, drinks, and whatnot.
Because, you know, during Ramadan, you were always, oh yes, I have to do this show, and you know, I'm like fasting and this and that, and now all the energy has come back.
Now I'm fasting, but not in those terms now. So, Bhatt Saab, Eid Mubarak, how is Eid going for you so far?
Well, Eid is going fine for me. Of course, it's a family affair, but of course, keeping in view the SOPs and COVID-19, we have restricted our meetings with friends and family, and it's mostly on the telephone and with a very, very close circuit of family and friends, keeping in view the SOPs and the distance as well.
Yeah, very well put, Rida, don't you think? Because obviously in the whole month of Ramadan and as Eid was approaching, the government and the authorities were very keen for the people to, you know, actually be responsible themselves.
Exactly, and I think it is very important, and we're going through a lockdown as well right now, and we should be patient in this regard because everything is being done for us. Because I see a lot of people fighting it and they're complaining about the lockdown and everything like that, but make sure you know that it's for you and your safety. So we should be always cognizant of this fact. Now moving on to a little lighter note discussion with Dr. Tahira. Dr. Tahira, how is your Eid coming along, and what is the one thing you always do on your Eid?
Dress up.
Dress up and look fabulous.
One thing that I always do,
She always looks fabulous.
Yes,
even,
yes, definitely. Like her looks are always on point, and her content is also good as well. So do check it out as well.
One message I'd like to give everybody this Eid is, please, for this Eid at least, do not discuss Corona for a change. I think we need to, take a break from this disease, because it's not just the disease that's killing us. It's this depression, it's this lack of motivation, and it's this hopelessness that's surrounding us. We've kind of become addicted to seeing on the screen how many people are dying, how many are going to die, and we just keep feeling that we're going to die. So I think it's a chance to actually, rejoice, be happy that you survived this 1 year. So it's like a birthday celebration. And it's also another celebration where you understand that, our loved ones don't stay with us forever. So it's a good time to actually, celebrate their life and celebrate them and love them and, enjoy life as a whole. So I think we should put a little bit more stress on celebrating Eid in all its flavor, with all its love and all its color as well.
Absolutely. That's very well put. I think a lot of positivity that has come from the program health-wise this time on Eid. But
but it's funny coming from a doctor saying don't mention Corona during the Eid.
But that's why
this is a prescription given to you by a doctor.
She must be always mentioning Corona to her patients, to her family, to her friends. And she says, one day is Eid day, let's not talk about Corona. We've been talking about it over and over in my shows, at home, with my guests, with my family, with my
at the moment anybody sees a doctor, they become a patient, no matter how good they are.
That's true.
So, you don't have a single person talk to you about something beautiful.
And I really think it's the other way. I think it's the other way around as well, because a lot of us have become doctors. Just walking around. So my God, too much information. But definitely coming back to it, look what Dr. Tahira means is, don't let it bog your mind. Enjoy Eid, but at least be responsible. So we know how our people tend to just take one part away from the message, but take all of it. Be responsible. Faisal bhai, speaking of Eid, I understand COVID has put us in a very difficult position regarding Eid. But still, won't you think that Eid has changed? Since
Eid has changed. I mean, this is the third Eid practically. We have had no guests at our home because we don't meet anyone and we don't go to any place either. So the interesting part is that Eid with the family, with your kids, that is it. And the typical, the dinners and lunches we used to have, I mean, they're not there anymore. I mean, people are hesitant to even say Eid Mubarak and hug, So that at its essence, I think that's not there anymore. But as far as Dr. Sahiba is saying that, you should stop thinking about it. But still, Dr. Sahiba, at the end of the day, it's in your mind, it's back somewhere here, And what happens is that, my wife, she's a doctor, right? She's a psychiatrist, so I think she is taking too many precautions. And the way we have in fact followed her, that has made me nuts at least. But the problem is that
coming from the husband of a psychologist,
I swear, it's not a joke. But yeah, you're right. But I think, and we hope and we pray that if we follow these SOPs for a couple of months, and religiously we should follow them, I think it is going to go away in another 6 months. I hope most of these people, the elder ones especially, they get vaccinated, because just imagine the kids are not going to school. It's been a year. I mean, everything has come to a halt. Seriously, I mean, if somebody had started some sort of a renovation in his house, I mean, nobody's letting any worker come in. So it's a part of life. But I hope and pray things do get better.
Absolutely. That has to be.
At least we are all meeting up. This is Eid, right?
But very funny, Rida. I know Faisal bhai means all of this in letter and spirit, because throughout the month of Ramadan and even before that, I have not seen a more aggressive person who's actually shouting at everybody to wear a mask.
Yes.
So I thought that aggressive posture really worked.
Ahmed, he used to bring masks with himself and sanitizers and hand it to every person in our studio and every place like this. So I think that was very commendable. And I respect you a lot for that.
But those were also supposed to follow those SOPs. Now, nobody did. And eventually we look at the numbers, I mean, But it has to have a collective approach. It can't be, my safety doesn't mean his safety. It should be our safety.
It's a collective.
Right.
Absolutely, spot on.
And lastly, the dazzling Sharmeen, how was your Eid?
Oh, it's fabulous. Always with family, because I have my in-laws here as well as my parents. And Alhamdulillah, one of my in-laws, my mother-in-law, and otherwise also family, in-laws, they're here and all. I'm very fortunate this year I have both my children with me. I know next year I won't have them here, they'll be away at college. So I'm very fortunate that we can all have Eid together with my kids, their grandparents, you know, their cousins, aunts, uncles. So we will be careful, you know, with the SOPs always, especially with elderly people. Fortunately, they've been all vaccinated, the grandparents, so they can actually get, you know, kisses from their grandkids, which they've been craving. It's been really difficult for them as well. So yeah, I'm excited because, you know, this is the time when the family is together. We've had a Ramzan together. You know, these are rare occasions for people like us who have kids in college and things like that.
And so this is very special for you because your whole family is together.
Yes, it is.
And she used to have amazing iftaris throughout Ramadan. Yeah, you know, because she used to post them, and you know, sometimes we would share them on.
But that was the new way to, you know, send somebody iftar this time. You know, just show them a picture.
Virtual iftar.
Virtual iftar.
Virtual iftar.
But we've got a lot of fun involved as well.
Yeah.
I know Rida has been really working a lot the whole month of Ramadan. And when it came to Eid, she was really excited for this show as well. And you did plan some fun games, didn't you?
Yes, of course. We basically
Faisal seems apprehensive.
we basically planned this. Okay, guys, let me speak.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay,
That's what happens when you've got 6 anchors on.
yes. So basically, we planned this rapid fire round. We know that it's a cliche, every show has it. But this time, the thing that is different about it is it will be timed. So any anchor who, this will be 1 minute time for each one of you. We will have 10 questions and whoever gives the fastest replies wins.
Okay.
So basically
6 seconds for each answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your fabulous prizes await you.
Yeah.
So who do we start with first?
Okay, I'll start my timer.
Yeah, why
with
not?
Omar Khalid Bhatt.
Okay.
The famous
And your time
yeah.
starts.
No, wait.
You excited, Batsa?
Are you nervous?
I mean, I wish I had a better present, you know, in the form of maybe an excursion somewhere.
Oh.
You know,
Virtual
dinner for
excursion.
two.
We should have those anchors retreat, remember?
These days it's only in the newsroom, trust me. Okay, Batsa, you have to be the undisputed champion of rapid fires by now, I think.
No.
No?
That's my brother.
Okay, let's start.
Okay.
Yes, Rida.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, start. What is the thing you're most afraid of?
It's the clowns in horror films. It's those monsters after I see a horror film. I mean, I have a very endearing effect once I see a good horror film. So those monsters have that.
Right, next question, please.
What celebrity annoys you the most?
Should I say the name?
Yes, you should.
Well, he's a celebrity who hosts a show, but at the same time
Need the name, man.
Yeah, you need the name.
Come on, I know you.
Yeah.
Should I?
yes, you know the name. So I'd rather stay. But you know, he has his very accentuated antics when he's there as a guest. You know, he can do a Nagin dance.
I think he's ALH, but I might be wrong.
Okay, what is the most interesting thing you have in your wallet?
My iPhone.
In your wallet.
Oh, I don't have a wallet.
That is so interesting.
Right, next.
Okay, so what is your lifelong dream?
Peace, love, and uniformity amongst the world, friendship in the world, no war.
You know, you have 50 seconds left. 10 seconds left. If you could talk to Prime Minister Imran Khan, what would you say?
Keep up the good work.
Oh. On a scale of 1 to 10, how cool do you think you are?
4.
Come on. I think time has really aced itself.
Okay,
but
so
well done, Batsab. I think a big round of applause for Omar Khalid Bhatt.
Thank you.
It really sets the bar high.
So
and
yeah, you answered 6 questions.
Okay.
Right,
in 1 minute, 5 seconds.
Okay.
To be precise.
to be precise, yeah, she's very good with numbers now. You know, she's really growing. Right. I think, Sharmeen, you've got some tough competition. And I've got some really interesting questions, trust me.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So are we good with the timer?
Ready?
Yep.
Start.
Okay. What is the first thing you notice about someone when you first meet?
I don't want to say it. No, I'll say something. It's the face.
The face. Very good. And trust me, I've got a lot of face jokes tonight. Right. Number 2.
Seriously? Good one. Good one.
Can we pause the timer? Okay. What compliment do people give you the most?
Oh, you're so tall.
You're so tall. Okay. If you were a wicked tyrant, what country would you rule?
Russia.
Russia. Oh.
Nice.
Why?
Just because I think like all the tyrants in the past were like very mean, and then you know, we want to be one of them.
Right.
No, I like the
Yeah,
experience.
ready. What is the song you hear the most?
Oh my God, like probably something from the 80s.
Something from the 80s. What have you done that you are most proud of?
Raised two amazing kids.
Absolutely fantastic. Right. What advice did you get that was most rewarding?
The advice that I got that was most rewarding, just take care of yourself before anybody
Take
else.
care of yourself. That means 6 questions for Sharmeen as well. A job well done. So, you know, really. Oh, this is very tough.
Yeah.
Right, Rida.
Okay, now Dr. Sahiba, are you ready? Are you ready? I can't hear you. A little louder.
I think it's the mic. It keeps drifting over.
Okay, so
Right, we good?
Yeah.
Your time starts now.
If you could buy one thing in the world, what would it be?
Love.
What color is your toothbrush?
Pink.
If you could be any animal, what would it be and why?
Rabbit.
Why?
I don't want to tell you why.
Okay, I think I
That's the best answer we have.
I'm the bunny.
What is one of the things you would put on your bucket list? Okay, skip. Who is your favorite Pakistani politician and why?
Fawad Chaudhry.
Oh.
Good entertainment.
Oh.
Who do you admire the most?
In what way? Like, there's so many.
Like you look up to someone or anything like that?
Edie, up to Sitar Edie.
Okay. What is your favorite summer activity?
Boating.
If a movie was made on your life, what would be it called and who would play it?
1,000 men and women in my life.
And who would play you?
Who can play?
Deepika?
No.
Mahira? If you could go anywhere in the world.
Time up! Time up!
Okay, she did like
Seven?
seven questions.
Not bad.
7 questions, well done. There you go. A big round of applause for Dr. Tahira. I
Tahira,
think
you're the
some
winner.
of these answers have really taken the game away from a lot. Right, Faisal bhai, you really got this super over right now.
Oh, don't worry.
This can
Yeah,
be
the
it.
decider.
do wonders.
1 minute of, you know, pure
Absolute.
excellence, of
Absolute
this
delight.
devastation
Absolute
for your enemies.
Honesty.
Right. I'll
Okay,
do
wait,
the timer.
wait. Yes.
Your time starts now. Okay, what is your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby, you know, I love to chill and I love to party.
Love to chill and party. What is the one thing that annoys you the most?
Oh, noise.
Noise.
Unnecessary noise.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
I'm cool.
That's one word.
2 more.
I'm cool.
3
it's
words.
two
I'm.
words.
I am.
I am cool.
Oh, really? That's.
Yeah, you
that
wasted
is
3
cool.
4 minutes.
I'll give you 5. If you
Adjectives. Okay, 3 adjectives.
if you could trade lives with anyone for a day, who would it be and why?
If I would have to spend one day?
If you
you
trade
have
your
to
life
trade.
with somebody for one day, who would it be and why?
Yeah, I would have tried something very weird like Queen Elizabeth.
Ooh,
Just
very
to see
interesting.
how she feels and what
Right.
she's gone through. And
What is the first
imagine.
thing, what is the first thing you do when you get up in the morning?
I smoke a cigarette.
Absolutely healthy. What is the first thing you will do if you are taken to Mars?
Nothing, I'll just see who I am with.
If you could get yourself anything, what would you get?
If I have to get somebody something.
No,
If you get
yourself.
anything for yourself, what?
For myself, nothing, yeah, I'm not into that. I'll buy it myself.
What would you do with 15 minutes
Okay.
of fame?
15 minutes of?
Fame.
Oh. If I get that. Well, that's a tough one. Well,
Your
I'm
time's
not
up.
sure because it depends on that particular situation.
I thought he's going to say I already have it, but nonetheless, 8 answers, I think.
We have
Yeah.
the
What a performance.
winner.
So
these
80% is my
biscuits are
strike
for you.
rate, huh?
No, so your strike rate average goes along and you're free to choose from the hall of treasures that you
Then we have.
You know, I love this one. I really like this one.
There you go. Big round of applause for the trophy, ladies and gentlemen. Faisal Rahman has aced the rapid fire round on this very special Eid show of BTV World. Now, of course, we all have very good memories, but one of them is always the one that we cherish the most, aren't we? I think we ought to know these special. Rida, first of all, what about you? What's your most fondest Eid memory?
You know, it's a little embarrassing when we used to go to our village. Okay, the reaction was a little earlier than my story, but okay, so when we used to go for Eid to our village, I used to go to every house, knock and ask for money. And then somebody complained it to my parents and they were like, okay, she's literally begging for money. I didn't know it was wrong. I didn't know it was wrong.
You thought it's the culture.
Yeah, I thought, you know, you ask for Eid. I've seen my elder cousins do it. So I thought it was only normal. So I used to do that. And then my mom sat me down and she was like, beta, you know, is there anything we can get you? Do you think we lag in some way that you need to ask people for money? And I was like, I'm asking for Eid. It's not a big deal. So yeah, she sat me down and gave me an entire lecture about not to ask people for money.
That's really something cool, I think. And I think she really misses this because that fun of it was just super.
Yeah, now I'm a giver. I'm not a taker now. I'm old now. So that's very sad.
What's up? What about you? Growing up in the ages, what's your fondest memory of Eid?
Fondest memory of Eid, I think Eid would be one thing, and I concur with Rida. I always used to ask Eid, especially from my dadi and from my puppos. So at one time, you know, my puppo said, you know, you're 15 now, no longer need to get
eligible for Eid.
You're not eligible for Eid, you know. And I was embarrassed because they were, all family was there, and she said it in front of everybody. So yes, with Eid, then of course the get-togethers. Normally Eid, we celebrate Eid in Lahore because all my extended family is there. So this time we will not be doing that. But you know, the whole thing of getting together, praying together, then we have a breakfast at our Badi Puppo's house. The whole family used to get together, you know, it used to be a lot of fun, frolic. So that is what it remains always as a good memory of Eid.
Absolutely lovely. Those gatherings are always special.
Yes, they are, and they make you feel so much better because, you know, during Ramzan, it's so it gets stressful, and by the end of it, you get very weak and tired, and then 3 days of feasting and eating and having meetha and everything like that. So I love that. That is my favorite
Really?
part.
Do you feast? Do you eat for I don't see that really, Rida.
You know, secrets. Let's keep it that way.
Trust me, I know a foodie when I see one.
Yeah.
Dr. Tahira, what about you?
So my fondest memory was Eid meant Eid coming from Pakistan because we were abroad. So, you know, my mother would set up everything one night before, and it would be my nani. She would have sent all these bangles and, you know, matching dresses, and then we would see them. And then one more thing that was really, really prominent was we had all our Hindu friends and our Christian friends and our Sikh friends come over and visit us on Eid because, you know, they had a holiday, and in the Middle East it used to be 1 week whole holiday. And then they would all just be there in the morning, and it was very nice because that was a true example of religious harmony. And then, you know, they would come and they would knock at the door early in the morning and tell my mom, where is the sheer kurma? We came to have that. So that was really nice, exchange of all those cultures and, you know, meeting people and that, and, you know, dressing up in that particular way with all the traditional chudiya and the mehndi. Of course,
Yeah,
we can't forget the mehndi and trying to draw all those designs, and, you know, and especially when you're growing up and then, you know, you write that name of that special person and you show it to him, and it sounds very cheap and cheesy, and you don't want anybody else seeing it. And, you know, thinking of it now, I'm like, how stupid, how low could I get?
But you said been there, done that.
Yeah, been there, done that. So I guess
it's our equivalent of Christmas, isn't it?
yeah, it is. It definitely is. And, you know, all those gifts and everything about it is so exciting. And we used to have, you know, I've always liked those fairy lights, you know, so I used to decorate it all with those lights, and I'd be going around seeing those lights and getting so fascinated. And even now, you know, if I see some lights anywhere, I just stop there, keep looking at them and keep dreaming about it.
Do you like our studio lights?
Yeah, they're very nice, but I like your lights more.
Oh, you
my
shine
God,
bright with that.
I'm blushing.
But like I said, so many special memories that all of us share, and I think that's beautiful. You know, sharing cultures, spreading happiness, joy is absolutely fantastic. Sharmeen, one fondest memory of Eid that you still remember?
Well, when we were growing up, I was in New York as a kid, but we would be in Pakistan a lot for Eid. So that would be at our grandparents' house in the village, which is in Gujarat. So over there, there would be like this routine, you know, like obviously with the cousins, but PTV would be on, right? Like where we work right now. And PTV in those days, coming from like the MTV generation in New York, I'm watching PTV, and when that voice of Quaid-e-Azam used to come, you know, I used to think that was God. And as a child, because of the way it used to sound, you know, and I thought that he was talking to me through the TV as a small child, you know, in Pakistan, this is what happens because everyone's so religious. And then when Noor Jahan used to sing on the TV, I used to get very scared because she had a lot of makeup. So I used to hide behind the sofa. So those are my memories of Pakistan, Eid, cousins and things like that in PTV, you know.
I think
actually that voice, somebody told me in PTV, it's called the voice of God. It's so strange. And I have other friends who thought that as well at that age because it used to come out like that, you know. Baba Kom, you know, that kind of thing.
Baba.
Yeah, I thought, oh my God.
I now understand that this Eid show is going to have a lot of edits.
But don't even ask me this question because I have a very weird, I mean,
I'd love to hear that.
I'll tell you later.
We've got now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people waiting to hear your answer about your fondest memory about
Because, you know, as a kid, you want that to go on air or whatever, I don't know. But you know what happened was, as a kid, it was raining, and in a dream, it was raining, and, you know, there was a lot of wind, and, you know, I could see the cracking of the the trees, you know, they were. And then suddenly everything just calmed down. Her mother, who's no more there, was right next to me, and we saw a carpet, like a carpet. For some reason, I knew it was crimson in color, right? But I could see the bottom part, and there was somebody sitting on top with a beautiful crown on the top, and with the beard. And my mother told me that this is God, right? And I was like, I mean, he's like a human, you know? So something of that sort. Yeah.
Interesting. It was a dream.
Yeah. Disclaimer.
It was a dream, everyone.
We're children here, okay? So
Yeah, as a
don't
kid,
throw
I'm
blasphemy
saying, yeah.
charges on us. You know,
That's gone too. Trust me. Okay. Right. So we've got so many more fun
Amazing
games.
memories.
Don't even ask us, right?
Tired from fasting from
I think
all of
I truly apologize for the questions. I think fun and games is what we should stick
Yeah.
to. Right now, we've got some more fun and games that me and Rida planned for this Eid show. Now, this one is very interesting. Sort of like a rapid fire round, but what the rule is that I just say one word and you've got to let me know what's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say that name, word, or whatever it is.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting indeed. All these four fantastic people are going to be up against each other, and we're going to start with, of course, Sharmeen, I think, who must have. So I'm going to say 5 different words, and you just got to let me know the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Right? Are you ready? Can
Yes.
you? Right.
Okay, so the first word is love.
eternity.
Friendship.
Love.
Food.
Yum.
Okay, politics.
What can I say? Dodgy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And lastly, I would say weather.
Rainy.
Ah, that's
Rennie, there you go. That's 5 words. So good job by Sharmeen. And I think we'll go to Umar, Khalid. But now, so Umar, are you ready? 5 words.
Let's go.
And the first thing that comes to your mind. PTV.
Evergreen.
Evergreen. Very nice. Very well said indeed as well. Okay, right. Your next word is friendship.
Eternal.
Eternal. Very nice indeed. Okay, Pakistani movies.
Wonderful time pass.
Wonderful time pass. Usman Khalid Butt.
Love.
Love. Right. Get ready for the final one. Amir Liaquat Hussain. Creative?
No. Fun.
Fun indeed. Well job, Umar. So good enough. 5 questions. Right. And you've got the next one.
Yes, Mr. FAISAL REHMAN.
There you go, Shidara.
Shidara.
Shidara, I'm good with Shidara. Okay,
Yeah.
so the first thing would be news anchoring.
Very serious business, I would say.
Okay, internet,
Future.
teleportation.
Can go on.
Really? You believe that? Okay, books.
I think close to my heart.
And lastly, I would say, Ahmed, would you help me out here?
Absolutely. Parties.
Blackout.
I like that answer. But well done, Faisal bhai. Always giving us some great answers and great stuff on primetime television. Right, Dr. Tahira, you're the final one here, and definitely you've got a lot of good competition. But 5 words, the first thing that comes to your mind.
Corona.
No.
I'm sorry. Okay, you start.
Right. Let's say web doctors.
I hate them.
Okay, we're all web doctors here, except for Umar Khalid, but he's certified.
Yes. Next, Rida.
Okay, time.
Money,
Oh, saris.
Beauty.
elegance,
Saris, elegance.
And beauty.
love.
Beauty, love. So a lot of love in those answers that she's getting. But right. Okay, so I think final question.
Final question should be a little heavy.
Little heavier?
Yeah, come on. Think about it.
Think about it. Okay.
Komatsu.
Right, food.
Dieting.
Dining. So that's good enough. I think all good answers, but allow me to be maybe a little bit on the buy side, but I truly think the last answer really aced it for everyone.
Yeah.
I think Faisal bhai has won this competition once again.
Up the job.
Okay, another biscuit for you.
Bas kar do bhai. Kuch aur, Rida. To mujhe mila program pe
What was my name again?
Rida. Shah, Rida Shah.
Shidara.
Shidara isn't bad, है ना?
Okay, so now we're talking about food. I want to ask each and every one of you, what is your favorite dish on this Eid, on the Choti Eid? Starting with Omar Khalid Bhatt.
Kheer.
Kheer. Kheer is your ever
Kheer,
favorite.
sevaiyan, and of course chana chaat.
And do you know how to cook it?
No,
You will.
unfortunately no.
You know, this is the 21st century. You should learn these things.
No, I can cook. If given the opportunity, I can cook whatever they ask.
Is
me to cook,
required.
but
Is
whatever
required.
is required, but it's not that I.
Like a conspiracy.
हम next week पे ना इंशाल्लाह कोरोना नहीं होगा तो we'll all share our experience. We'll cook. No, we'll cook.
Okay,
We'll have a
We'll all
master.
cook.
we will cook.
You come to my place.
Okay,
seriously.
okay, Dr.
Perfect.
Tahir.
Dr. Tahira.
My mom makes murg musallam, so I like that.
What?
Yeah. It's called murg musallam.
Okay.
It's a dish with raisins in the rice, and there's a chicken with all the skin on it, and it's really nice. And
Sounds
it's
like a real,
And you know,
Why is it
it's a
called
little-
Muslim?
like a royal
I have
dish.
no
Yeah,
idea. But
Middle
I think
Eastern,
it
right?
means complete. Murg musallam means it's complete
I
with the
thought
skin and
it
with
might have
everything
gravy
else.
or
But
something.
really royal
No,
dish,
no,
really
no,
royal dish.
no, it
Faisal
has
bhai,
a lot of raisins and
your
nuts.
favorite?
Yeah, I love to cook. You know that, right? And
Yeah.
I can cook anything and everything, right? So, मुझे तो anything which is cooked well, जिसको इज्जत से बनाया गया, that's it.
Like
अगर if the
on
cook
this-
does drama ना,
a good
"Sir,
story.
मैंने तो-" No,
Can
no,
you
no.
cook a good story?
There are so many, Umar. They're running out of time. actually.
Okay, no.
Honestly, anything which is cooked well, anything.
But no, we want a specific answer from you
Yeah,
on
I-
this
I-
Okay,
very
what's the
Eid.
best thing you cook?
I can make nihari, I can make pie, I can
Oh,
make
traditional dishes.
Sir.
Really good.
Baby loves it. Baby loves it.
Right, Sharmeen, what about you?
In our family, it's always the sheer korma, which is coming from my grandmothers and all, and my mother. It's a very special taste that there is in our home. So
Like a generation to generation.
Yeah,
dish.
generation to
You
generation.
what
pass
about-
it on to your future generation as well.
Exactly. So
What
I
about
make-
you,
I make
Rida?
that
Rida,
now.
what about you?
I love food, all kinds of food. No
We guessed that
discrimination.
already.
No discrimination, so I'm not going to pick and choose,
What about cooking? Do you cook?
Next question, please.
I think the guys have really...
I'm the one who should be asking questions, Faisal.
But I think the guys have really aced everything out of this because trust me, I love to cook and boy can I cook.
Yeah,
Really?
boys can
That's
cook, but
impressive.
boys are the
That's
best chefs.
impressive.
You know,
Okay.
there's no doubt.
What about Omar?
All
Omar, can
right.
you cook?
No, I
he
can't.
doesn't.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
I can make salads, I can make steak, I can make fries. But
Tell
That's
me-
cooking.
tell me
That is
that's
cooking.
Cooking, that's decent.
Frying, you know.
that's easy, I mean,
No,
I can't make the
steak is
difficult
not that
food like
easy
you
to
do.
Right. Okay, so much fun that we're having, and obviously time is definitely a luxury that we don't always have. But before we leave, Rida, I think we're all going to have a very special Eid, but we must ask all our very special guests about one message that they have
Yes,
for
definitely.
the entire viewers that are watching them right now.
Yes. Let's start with the ladies.
Yes,
Okay.
Dr. Tahir.
Dr. Tahira.
So I'll just say it again and I'll repeat it. Please stay away from depression. Please don't discuss disease and death. Think of hope. Think of a beautiful tomorrow. Think of everything that God has given you and celebrate it completely, fully, and full of life.
Full of life. Very well said indeed. Sharmeen?
I'll just say that, I would like to remember all the people who are sick right now, definitely, and I hope that they have a speedy recovery and their families, whatever they're going through, because I know a lot of people right now. Otherwise, have a wonderful Eid for everybody who's watching, and that's it, just mask up and, keep your social distancing and sanitizer.
Well said indeed as well. Yes.
Yes, Ahmed Nawaz, why don't you start?
Oh, absolutely. I think my message is there every time. I think that's the most important part because we're the ones who get to be on screens. But I always said that PTV has got a huge extended family. We've got our people from the camera crew, the lightmen, the BOs, the engineers, people from the IT, our producers, program coordinators, everybody that is involved, from obviously the domestic help to everybody. I think these guys deserve a shout out. A very happy Eid Mubarak to them as well, because
Yes.
these are the guys and the girls and obviously the team that make us look good on screen and bring this exclusive content to you.
Exactly,
So special Eid Mubarak to all of you out there.
That's a very great message. Faisal Saab.
Faisal Saab would say.
God.
Faisal Saab would say, कि यार, I think Eid Mubarak to everyone, especially all those people, you know, who have lost their loved ones during the last couple of months or perhaps a year or so. I think that's it. खुश रहें, जिएं और जीने दें यार.
Welcome. Live and
Any
let live.
advice?
मुझसे एडवाइस लेंगे तो कहीं और ही कुछ करेंगे.
Okay. Omar Khalid.
Omar Khalid Bhatt.
Your
Respect
part.
everyone, whether they are your elders or your younger ones. When you give respect, you take respect from others. So whatever be, respect the others, and respect the SOPs.
Respect the SOPs. Rida Shah, your message.
Yeah,
out on this.
basically I want to say is be compassionate, because I think this is what I've learned during Ramzan as well, because this is the message that you take away from, you know, the 30 days of fasting that we went through. That be compassionate, look out for other people, because it really truly helps you. If you help someone, it really makes you feel better
Comes back
about
to you,
yourself.
right?
Exactly. So it's kind of a selfish behavior if you're helping others. So if you think about it like this, because at the end of the day, we're all together, and happiness is real when shared. And that is the message I go by. And that is why I respect everyone in my life, and they play a very important role. And I respect and thank all of you for being here and making our Eid so special, and all of you as well watching us right now and celebrating Eid with us. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I think do it responsibly. Thank you so much to our guests and everybody involved. Like I said, we're going to definitely say goodbye, but not like this. On the count of 3, all of us are going to wish you Eid Mubarak. And definitely PTV World has got loads of special transmissions and programming coming your way, so you can definitely stay back at home and enjoy Eid at the same time. And of course, stay tuned to PTV World for the fantastic content that is coming your way. So on that note, I think we say goodbye, but definitely with a loud cheer of 1, 2, 3, Eid Mubarak!